saw you got to do was you got to work out with The Rock over the weekend. Tell me how that all
Yeah.
came about.
This is a crazy story. So we went to one of the more famous gyms, and as me being a public figure, wanted to go to these places just so I can get out there and take pictures with people. And one of my boys, when we got there, he's like, "Hey, just so you know, like it's real hush hush, like the Rock's up there lifting." And I was like, "Oh, oh, sorry." I was like, "Oh shoot," and that's the Rock. And we went up there, and it was just how I would want it, especially me being 6 days out. I don't have any carbs in me right now. I'm depleted, so like my moves, I know exactly. I mean, not to his extreme, but I know how it is, and not being wanting to get bothered. So I knew he was there, and I told my group. I said, just from my aura, my vibes, and the vibes we bring out, I said we won't have to go up to this guy. I promise. I was like, from what if he's really real and the Rock's the way he presents himself, we would not have to go up to this guy. So I was like, just focus on the lift, and let everyone else stare at him and do their thing. Like we'll set out. So like I just got into my lift and we were lifting, and he was like right next to me, like lifting, like just like I knew it was people knew it was him. He had his he had his guards, but like he was known. We were both lifting, and I was like screaming at my guys, like come on, like push, like, and the vibes were there, and he was in a corner, and he kind of opened up, and everybody rushed over there, and I just kept doing my lift. I still had to get my workout in. Nothing's gonna stop, and I was like, guys, just keep focusing. Like, we'll have our time. We don't need to go over there with everyone bugging the guy. And then, like I said, his bodyguards came over and said, The Rock would like to meet you personally. Can we go over by this exit? So like no one's there. And I said, yeah, no problem. So like I have the whole interaction filmed, by the way, everything. Even where he said, do you mind if I take a picture with you? Which was like the most humbling, experience. But like that's how it happened. He walked up. We were both smiling at each other. We shook hands, and from there, it was an instant. Like, we knew that we both respected each other and what we did, and it was an amazing feeling. Just someone like The Rock coming up to you and being like, bro, like I admire you. I have it all on film. It's crazy.
Tell me what he said when you guys met each other.
So I told him, I said, and like I said, I was very comfortable because it's just like very organic. I knew that the interaction would happen. I was like, bro, I respect everything you do. I was like, I always tell people, I was like, I'm going to do what The Rock did. And the way that I mean that is, people knew you for college football. You were a beast. People knew you for WWE. And then you branched out into all these industries. You took over the acting. You took over everything. I was like, that's what I'm going to do. And he replied, he's like, you know what, man? And I was like, what's up, man? And he's like, you're exactly like me. He's like, people will put you in any industry and you will adapt and crush it. And that's just what we do. And I smiled. I said, you're exactly right. I'm not going to deny it. I mean, like, this is what we do. We're bosses. We make moves. We execute. And, we connected on a pretty good level. He like I said, he knew my caliber of the way I execute and I perform, and I knew his. And like I said, he was like, bro, you're just like me. And that's crazy for me being a 21-year-old entrepreneur, and just him being like, bro, like, you got this.